Alrighty, we are sending the little one off to work. Where you going today?
Yeah.
It's going to Palm Beach. Jelly? It's friggin' like 20 degrees right now. Bye. Alright, what's up everyone? So it is 2 o'clock. I spent basically all morning today kind of prepping for my group and the challenge. So I have like a specific structure that I need to like follow with the group, and it's a way for me to stay accountable. So I created like a daily posting routine for myself, and I'm gonna try and like build those daily postings every week, a week in advance, to stay ahead of the game. And that's one of the things that I found most difficult with running this group, is staying ahead of the game, just because of how busy I am and whatnot. But so I spent the day talking to people, setting up their MyFitnessPal, setting up their macro plan, and then kind of trying to get them started. So the official start date is the 21st. So we're gonna be doing that. And also, guys, this 30 videos, 30 days thing is a grind. So if y'all could give me a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. It helps support my channel, and just all the hard work and effort that I put into it, it would be really appreciated. But today, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna do something different. It's not gonna be anything flight attendant related or whatever. It's gonna be more military related. And I was cleaning up. This is a storage room, just so you guys know. This isn't my bedroom. This is like kind of like the office storage room. This used to be my sister's room. She moved out. But today we're gonna go over an MRE. I don't know if you guys ever seen one of these or not, but it's a chicken pesto pasta MRE. And I'm gonna break the MRE down. I'm gonna tell you all about the calories and what's in it. And these things can last like 15 or 20 years before they go bad. And even then, I don't think they go bad. That's how bad they are, and that's how much preservatives are loaded in them. And to be honest, they really don't taste bad either. They taste good, which is why it's bad. But they also clog you up, so that's very bad. But this is a great tool, great thing to have with you when you're in the field. Like when we were in, when I was in Africa for the year, we did some training with the French, and we were out in the field for 15 days. You know, we didn't have any fresh food, so we ate MREs, and we even had chances to taste international MREs. And to be honest, theirs were way cooler. They had like these little fire kits with them, and like you could start a fire and like heat up the food. Maybe it was just because I never had it before and I thought they were good. But yeah, so let's break this thing down and go through it and see what's in it. And then I'm gonna head to the gym. And then tomorrow I'm back on call. We're gonna go through this chicken pesto pasta MRE. So these are meals ready to eat. This is item number 23. If you guys are like MRE gurus and you like watch YouTube videos on MREs. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through all the contents inside. I'm gonna add up all the calories, show you what the macros are, proteins, fats, and carbs, along with the sodium level, because you guys are gonna be amazed how bad these things are, dude. Alright, so pretty simple. You just rip it open. It does turn into a nice little waterproof bag. If you want to use it that way, go for it. But I like to use the, when I'm out in the field. So as you can see, it's all packaged up in this little thing. Crazy. What we got here is the chicken pesto pasta. It usually comes with a sleeve, because when you heat it up, it gets really hot. I don't know if you can read that. Chicken pesto pasta. So, we got 360 calories, pasta, fat, 20 grams. 1 gram is saturated, and this has a whopping 740 milligrams of sodium, 24 grams of carbs, 23 grams of protein. That's good. So this is usually the sleeve. You usually just open it up like that, bends down like this. It's almost like a Hot Pocket sleeve, you know? Hot Pocket sleeve for your MRE. Boom. As you can see, dry roasted peanuts. Obviously, you know, peanuts have fat in them, so 40 grams of fat, 2 grams saturated, 140 milligrams sodium, 4.9 grams of carbs, and 7.4 grams of protein. Next up, we have the cinnamon bun. These are so good. A lot of people make the mistake of not heating these up. You put this in the heater packet when you heat up your MRE. Grows 2.5 grams of fat, saturated 0.5 grams of fat. See, this is where it gets me mad, because I usually don't eat things with trans fat. But back when I first joined the military, I would eat everything in it. Trans fat, 0.5 grams of fat. You know, trans fat is basically like death fat. You don't ever see trans fat in any food that you buy at the store. 2 grams of protein, 67 grams of carbs, 41 grams of sugar. Talk about diabetes. Next up, we got the Patriotic Cookies. And these are delicious too, but guess what? They got trans fat in them. So, Patriotic Cookies. These are basically kind of like those animal crackers, you know, you buy like the little box. It's got like the circus on them, red. You got 3.5 grams of fat, 0.5 saturated, 1 gram of trans fat, 90 milligrams of sodium, 19 grams of carbs, 8 grams of sugar, and just 1 gram of protein. But they taste really good. And there's 2 servings in this, so double all that. So. Next up, we got the Italian breadsticks. These are pretty good too. Heat these up as well, and then usually like dip it in the chicken pesto pasta. And there's 4 breadsticks, 190 calories, 6 grams of fat, 1.5 grams saturated, 1.5 gram trans saturated or trans fat, 360 milligrams of sodium, 30 grams of carbs, 3 grams of protein. Same thing with the cheese spread. You basically heat everything up because it tastes a lot better when you do that. So, macros on this bad boy. We got 180 calories, 150 calories are from fat, 19 grams fat, 12 grams saturated. There's no trans. 1 gram of carb, but there's 5 grams of protein in here. This is good also on the breadsticks as well. We got the Carbohydrate Electrolyte Beverage Powder. It's fruit punch. These are pretty good too. Good way to get your electrolytes, restore and replenish yourself after probably being on the field for a while and only drinking probably straight water. So you can overhydrate. A lot of people don't know that. By overhydrating, you flush out your electrolytes and your nutrients in your body, and then you could die. So this is 90 calories, 135 milligrams sodium, 55 potassium, 23 grams of carbs, 22 grams of sugar, no protein. So that is the Carbohydrate Electrolyte Beverage Powder. Boom. Then we got our handy dandy spoon, because you can use a spoon to eat everything in here. Heater packet. This thing gets super hot and it lasts a while. But if you're in the field and it's cold, it's a good way to keep warm. Now this is for the beverage. You can use it for the beverage. There should be like a coffee mixer in here as well. I'll go over that in a second. But what I usually do is I save this, and if I didn't have a waterproof phone, I would put my phone in this beverage packet. A lot of people do it, you'll see it. Next we got the, kind of like the condiment kit slash lighters, and we got a little sugar packet for the coffee. We got instant coffee right here. This stuff it actually tastes kind of good when you've been in the field for a while. Iodized salt, extra salts to increase your sodium, but I mean, once you see how much sodium is in this, I probably already went through it in the video, but you're like, I don't need that. Creamer, non-dairy for coffee or tea. You got 4 grams in it. The macros, 1.5 grams of, 20 calories, 1.5 grams of fat, 2 grams of carbs, no protein, so make sure to add that to the list. A moist towelette. These are good because sometimes you make a little bit of a mess because you really don't care about how clean you are. You're just starving at this point if you're eating this MRE. You got some matches in case you're stuck out there and you start a fire. Highly recommend throwing these in this with your phone, anything that can get wet and destroyed. We got some toilet paper. I don't, usually I carry wet wipes with me in the field, so I don't bring toilet paper because, again, you'd have to put it in one of these things. So I guess put this in there as well. Good napkin. And then we got the gum, the infamous gum that everybody says is a natural laxative. Supposedly, it does somewhat act as a laxative, but you need to have you probably have to eat like 10 or more of these just to have that effect. Tastes good for like 30 seconds, and then it dissolves into like powder. It's disgusting. Stay away from this. So we got the fruit punch, which is pretty good. Tastes like any fruit punch you're gonna make. And we got the coffee. The creamer didn't really dissolve, so coffee tastes good as well. Normally what you could do is you could also put this into the beverage packet and then throw it into the heater to heat it up for hot coffee. Alright, so we got the Cinnabon, which was heated up earlier, but Cinnabon is really good. And that's the problem with this. This is like, the food tastes good, but it's super bad for you. We got the cookies. Everything tastes fresh too. Like the bread's moist. The cookies aren't stale. Now we got the peanuts. Peanuts taste fresh too. Now we got the breadstick. Cheese was melted earlier. So usually what I would do is dip it in the cheese, and then I would mix it into the grand finale, the chicken pesto pasta. And then just kind of like dip it in there, which tastes good too. Now, I hope you guys don't expect me to finish this because 1, the calories are insane, sodium's insane, and 3, I do not wish this upon anybody, but it makes you constipated. It sucks. Chicken pesto pasta, let's test it out. Like, this is all top tasting food. It all tastes good. Chicken pesto pasta tastes like the best chicken pesto pasta I've ever had, besides my mom's. And of course, obviously when you're in the field, you don't have a choice. So you have to eat these things, and they're good for a reason. They're not for you to eat every day, because that would just cause a lot of health problems. So hope you guys got some useful information out of this. I showed you guys the macros, the proteins, the fats, the carbs, and the calorie intake, and then even the sodium. So that's the chicken pesto pasta MRE. Hope you all enjoyed it.